Hello, everyone. There is a lot of news flows around here. There's a lot of panic that, we can see on the markets. There are a lot many calls that I'm getting from all my clients, many of my clients, that as to Ashish ji, what should we do right now? Should we redeem our money? Markets are reacting. Yesterday they fell by 5%. What's happening around in the market? Is my money safe? Should we withdraw right now and maybe reinvest at the time comes, appropriate time comes? Should I stop my SIPs? These are all kinds of questions and maybe thoughts which are running around in the minds of clients. Now, let me first of all tell you that there is nothing new under the sun. It's very, very natural for the markets to react. They have been reacting earlier also, and they will continue to react even in future for all these kinds of news. These kind of news, they really don't impact your long-term financial goals. Just think why you actually started investing. What was the reason you made your investment decision? You made your investment decision because you wanted to plan for your dream retirement. You wanted to be financially free. You wanted to save some money so that you can actually have a fantastic future for your kids. You wanted to travel the world. I'm like, those all are your goals that you had in mind, and for that you wanted to save. Now, having said that, those goals are still valid. They are still intact in your life. They haven't vanished. Now, just talking about the markets right now. See, markets in the short run are function of all these kinds of news. They react on all these kinds of news. What's happening with Russia and Ukraine? They're having a war. Oil price have gone up, and that will have a negative impact on the world economy. There is an inflationary pressure in US for which interest rates might go up, and उससे पूरे world को impact होगा. Being US is one of the biggest financial daddies in the world. So in सबसे market react करता है, FIs पैसा निकाल रहे हैं. But is it something which is happening in the first time? Absolutely not. If I look back the history, right from 1980 till date. Now, let me give you an instance, few instances to understand. 1984, Indira Gandhi was assassinated. The markets went down. 1987, there was an Asian crisis. Market went down 20% in a single day. 1991, there was an Iraq war, Gulf War that we call it. Again, oil price went up. There was a turmoil in the entire world. Markets went down. India was bankrupt in 1991. Markets went down. 1992-93, Harshad Mehta scam broke up. Markets went down. 97, this Ketan Parikh scam came up. Markets went down. 1999, India had a war with Pakistan, Kargil war. Markets went down. Technology bubble bursted in the year 2000. Markets went down. I'm like, then the 2001 was the World Trade attack. 2004, when UPA left, UPA came into the power. Markets went down. 2008, 21,000 index came to 8,000 index. And in 2011, there was a crisis. 2013, there was a crisis. 2016, there was a demonetization. 2018, GST was implemented in India, and there was a whole lot of confusion. Markets went down. And the latest was Corona. I'm like, when markets went down from 42,000 to 26,000, I'm like, this entire loads of, this all throughout last 40 years, 42 years that I've been talking of, markets have seen various reasons for which they have gone down. Those were absolutely blips, the short-term blips in the market. What is important that what was 100 actually became 60,000 in times to come. Over the last 40 years, markets have actually delivered 17% year-on-year return, despite all the negatives which I've actually spoken about. I've just spoken here. Now, the point is, investors should actually continue to focus over the long term, their goals, and continue to believe whether India as a market is going to go bigger in 2030 or not. If India is going to be America in times to come, or the economy is going to go up, then the markets are going to flourish no matter what. Or if India is going to become Afghanistan in times to come, then markets are not going to work. Then that's something that you'll have to think of, that where are we headed in next 5-10 years? And that's where you have to invest in market. And see, I'll tell you, in last 30-40 years, what has been very important to understand, markets have actually delivered return, but investors have not made return. And why investors have not made return? Because they have been constantly thinking of मैं market में अभी क्या करूं. We constantly think of taking some or the other decision based on the news flows जो कि मार्केट में चलती रहती है. आशीष जी आज पैसा निकाल ले क्या, कल डाल दे क्या, अभी मार्केट मंदी में है और मंदी में जाएगा क्या, तेजी है और कितना तेज जाएगा, ऑल दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन. सी व्हाट इज वेरी वेरी क्रिटिकल हियर इज दैट हमें डिसीजन मेकिंग से बचना चाहिए. बार बार डिसीजन मेकिंग नहीं करना चाहिए. वी एक्चुअली शुड नॉट बिकम एन इंटेलिजेंट पर्सन. मार्केट में दो तरह के लोग पैसे कमाते हैं, एक जो डाल के भूल जाता है, दूसरा जो डाल के मर जाते हैं. और ये दोनों लोग डिसीजन मेकिंग नहीं करते, एक्चुअली में वही कमाते हैं. एंड आई एम श्योर वी वांट टू इन्वेस्ट एंड फॉरगेट रादर देन इन्वेस्ट एंड डाई टू मेक मनी. सो इट्स बेस्ट इज टू इन्वेस्ट एंड फॉरगेट ओवर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. एंड देन ये जो बीच में सारी उथल पुथल आती है, ये सब आयरन आउट हो जाएंगी ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. इफ आई जस्ट गिव यू एन स्टैटिस्टिक्स, in last 42 years of so-called Sensex have fallen down on an average 21% every year. On an average 21% every year. कभी वो 40% भी गिरा है, कभी वो 5% भी गिरा है, और ऐसे करते करते वो on an average 21% गिरा है. And despite all the falls that have happened, it has still delivered a 17% plus return on investment over last 40 years. And that's where 100 Sensex became 60,000. So that's important. So please, do not get disturbed by all those things. Just focus on your financial goals, focus on your long-term objectives, and stay invested. Important is to stay calm, composed, and just ignore the media right now.